though.
You do?
You don't?
Doesn't matter. We're live. So anyway, what's up, guys, and welcome to episode 33. So it's just been 33 weeks straight of us just talking about football, having a good time, everything going on in the NFL. Like they say, time flies when you guys are always having fun, doing what you love to do. But you got a lot of stuff that we got to cover. It was another weird, crazy week in the NFL. Obviously,
love this
with
season.
some shitty teams winning. And I know Joseph, friend of the show, probably doesn't want to hear us talk about like the Thursday night game that happened and all that stuff. Also, Odell Beckham
But the
Jr.
Rams said, hold my beer.
Say what?
The Rams said, hold my beer.
Oh, yeah, the Rams were terrible. And speaking of the
we'll get to
Rams,
that.
obviously, Odell went to them between the time that we had our last show and now. So there's like a bunch of shit that we got to cover. But how you guys all doing tonight?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Stellar?
Is that a Michigan State jersey?
No, sir.
Marshall?
Was it Eastern
Oh,
Michigan?
Marshall. Okay, I see the M's now. Okay, then.
That's the first
Balls.
throwback I ever got. First
We are
bootleg
Marshall.
throwback I ever got.
Great movie,
Yeah.
by the way. But anyway, I guess we'll start with Odell.
Was a good movie.
So obviously, you know, we were talking about it last week. He ended up going to the Rams. The Rams continue to struggle. Matthew Stafford kind of looking shitty right now. These past couple of games, really struggling.
Into the Rams.
Looking like
So
the nurse's
really,
aide.
like, what's going on with the Rams right now? And do you guys really think Odell is going to be able to fit in with them for the long term?
lack
I
of
guess.
depth.
I guess I'll start with Odell. I saw he went to the Rams. It was really unfortunate that Robert Woods went down with a torn ACL the day he comes over. You know, so now you're putting more pressure on Van Jefferson. Last night he had a lot of drops, you know, in that game. So I don't know if it does help the Rams. I thought, you know, Woods going down, people are kind of sliding that under the carpet since Odell got there, and it's like, Woods is a very good player behind Kupp, and now you're kind of relying on Van Jefferson and Tyler Higbee, you know, to pick up the workload. So
Bad
I don't know.
timing in retrospect for them to cut Deshaun Jackson.
I will say it's the worst team that you could have played. I mean, if you, for some reason, Sean McVay, I think highly of. He's a great coach, but Kyle Shanahan's beat him the last 5 times. So that's something that you got to take into consideration too. Like, he knows how to coach against him. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the 49ers haven't even been good this year, and they really
Backs
showed
against the
out
wall.
last night.
It's like every now and again, whether a team is doing good or bad, they just have your number. You know. Shoot, I know about that because no matter how good or bad we're doing, we always struggle with the Colts. You know what I mean? Everyone's got that one team.
I mean, it's
know?
us with the Vikings. I mean, we play them this week, but we do split a lot, you know, with them every year. So it's
Or even Green Bay and the 49ers. You know,
The Lions
Yeah.
for
at some
those 2
point, y'all
years.
couldn't beat the 49ers. Yeah, it's
Or Green Bay and the Cowboys, which
Oh,
even I always say that Aaron Rodgers is the real owner of Jerry World, not Jerry Jones. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like even Matt fucking
yeah.
Quinn beat
I
the
see what you're-
Cowboys.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
Like that's
At
how
first I was-
long that's how long Green Bay's been owning the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I got your question wrong for one. I gotta apologize. I was saying Vikings, as in the Packers and the Vikings that were usually pretty even. But yeah, I should have said Bears as an example if we're talking about that. But yeah, the Cowboys too. The Packers are 8-1 in the last 9 against them.
It's crazy. But I don't think there was any other crazy news. I saw that Le'Veon Bell got released. So obviously Le'Veon Bell was with the Ravens. I think he scored a couple touchdowns when he was there. But no, obviously
We cut the big
it's
burrito.
weird. You guys cut who?
The big burrito?
Taco
Charlton.
Charlton?
No, or the kicker, Ryan Santoso,
Ryan Santosa.
Oh yeah, the fact
who missed a 45-yarder that would have been a miss from 25
Yeah,
yards.
man, we got to get into all that stuff later, man, because I really want to talk about some of the games that happened. But
go.
before we do that, does anybody have was there any news that I missed that you guys wanted to go over, or are you guys good?
Well, just going over OBJ real quick. I'm not gonna sit here and judge based off of one game because even Von Miller was shut down last night. You see the pancake that George Kittle did on him?
It's more of a testament to Shanahan and what he does against McVay. To me,
you can't get pancaked.
Shanahan
by
can't
tight end,
coach. The only person he can coach against is the Rams. Like, I really think that Shanahan should be kind of on the hot seat, I think. If the 49ers, they're 4-5, 4-6, or whatever the record is.
He's got a losing record as a head coach in San Francisco.
He had the one great season. They went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and
people talk shit about Jimmy Garoppolo all the time. Guess what? Look at Shanahan's record without Jimmy Garoppolo.
Right.
Maybe that's why he's keeping his job in San Francisco. Maybe it is because he keeps beating the Rams every time they play.
I like Jimmy G. I like Jimmy G.
They showed a graphic last night that said that the Niners are actually 25-18 with Garoppolo and 7-28 without him. So the problem, this is living proof.
I'm surprised
it's not Garoppolo.
I'm surprised the record with him is that close. I thought he had a better record than that.
Oh, I mean, who was their quarterback? They had like C.J. Beathard and like a bunch of bums and shit before they had Jimmy.
Mullins.
They talk about it because let me ask y'all an honest question. The year that they went to the Super Bowl, if Garoppolo is not the quarterback, do they still make it?
No.
Wait, ask that question again.
The year that they went to the Super Bowl, if Jimmy GQ was not the quarterback, would they still go?
I don't know. Mostert was a big reason why they went.
Are you saying just if they're not if he's not on the team, or like
depends on what the backup does? Jimmy Garoppolo is the best game manager I've seen in a very long time.
And
because that's
and Bacon Grizzler commented and said Jimmy G is a great game manager.
The biggest thing about that is the fact that
and they were healthy.
That was a great team. They were great on both sides of the ball. They had great offense and great defense. But Jimmy G was not that type of quarterback that was going to make that one throw. Like you saw the play where Emmanuel Sanders was wide open. He overthrew
that would have ended the game,
That Jimmy G doesn't make plays like that in those type of situations.
I feel like he could make that throw though.
Jimmy G. He's kind of like
I'm taking Jimmy G to make that throw over.
He's kind of like Baker. He's kind of like Baker, like you said. He's never going to be that guy that's going to make that one play.
Jimmy G's got a winning record.
If you keep the same team,
that's not what I'm saying, Dom. I'm saying like he's not that guy that's ever going to make like that type of play that's going to win you the ball.
No, totally.
Same comparison.
If you keep the same team,
he's a mediocre quarterback. That is what we're saying.
Yeah, you know what? We're just fucking. It's like my grandmother used to say: if you shine shit, it's still gonna be shit at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we're kind of just like having a debate about nothing here. But you know what we're gonna do? We're actually gonna bring on some of our guests, and we're gonna talk about a couple of these games. All right. So first, we got Cool McCain in the building, who has been a guest on with us.
Speaking of Baker.
Fellow Eagles fan in the building, and he's pumped up.
Is 0-14 when his team gets outrushed by 50 yards.
What's up, Cool?
What's up? Cool's in the building.
See the Eagles fight.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And then we also have
what's
Megan.
your government name? I'm dying to know.
Cool.
Too cool for you to know, bro.
Message you my government name, sir.
That'd be fresh if your name was cool.
And then we got the host of the Sip Off, who already has her Christmas tree up.
Yep.
Look
at that.
Probably did it to troll me because of all the conversations that we've had about
I wanted to give the Cowboys props.
It's one of my biggest pet peeves when people put the fucking Christmas tree up before
Listen, Megan and Cool are here. We're happy.
But you know what? What's up, guys? How you guys doing, though?
I'm doing really well. How are y'all doing?
Really good week. Really good week.
Yeah, we're doing good. So, we're going to start off talking about some of these games that we had this week. First off, Thursday night. The Dolphins beating the Ravens 22-10. Lamar Jackson did not have his best game at all. The Dolphins just kept blitzing them over and over. and the Ravens didn't know how to.
I was going to say
Sorry, my mic cut off, but I was saying that the Ravens just didn't know how to deal with that blitz, so it was just kind of an ongoing thing for the entire game.
It was the same mid blitz.
So I feel like the Ravens right now, they got to get their shit together, because obviously they had the bye week, but before the bye, that was a game where they lost 41-17 to the Bengals. Then you have another bad loss like this. So
the Ravens are so
just need to find
fortunate that Baker has
consistency.
bakered and the Bungles have bungled.
They have the Bears this week, and then they're going to play Cleveland and then Pittsburgh. So they got a couple of division games.
Look at
up.
Greg.
Well, I will say,
Greg, our man Greg left a comment that I'm here for all things Megan. Megan Stan.
Hashtag Megan Stan.
Thanks, Craig.
I will say,
So, yeah,
one of the ways that you can make your team better is play the Bears.
Well, yeah. I mean, I
That's
agree
true.
with that. Yeah. 'Cause, I mean,
what did you
there's no
guys
way
think
you
about
can
that
get
game?
Outcoached by Nagy. There's no way. It doesn't happen.
Justin Fields starting to get it together, though.
No, I'm not knocking Fields. Like I said, there's
That's
no way
definitely
you
not
can get
Fields.
outcoached by Nagy. It's not going to happen.
Wow, stop hating on my man. He
100.
wears a visor.
Lucas says
regardless of
respect
weather.
to the 806 sports host for having her Christmas tree up already.
Thank you. No, Thanksgiving is better with your Christmas decorations.
No, zero due respect.
Look, it's one less thing for me to do. I have to cook for 100 million people, and then I got to
That's
put my
fair.
Christmas decorations up, and then I got to be a mama, and then I got to host all these shows. So it's one less thing
That's
for me
fair.
to do if I put it up a couple weeks early.
My
Absolutely.
cousin put hers
I
up
just wanna
last
know-
weekend.
I just
'cause
wanna
she was
know
like,
about
I don't
the
have time
plates,
for
though.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Wanna know about the plates?
Hey, I want to know about the plates too, man.
Yeah,
what are
when
we
getting the
having?
plates, you know what I'm saying?
What are we having to eat?
I'm cooking a little bit of everything. I don't cook. I'm not a chitlin fan,
I'm
but
about
I
to
do
say,
cook soul
now we
food.
can
I'm
get
gonna
on
make
chitlin.
some cabbage. I'm not big on greens, but I'm gonna make some homemade
What?
stuffing.
You gotta have spicy greens.
I'm not a greens fan. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna leave it to somebody
you
else.
never
but
had no
I have
good greens.
My cabbage are spicy, but they're sweet also. So I got that. I'm gonna make homemade yams. Everything I make from scratch. Nothing out of cans.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Jay.
All right. You know what?
I'm coming with the slow
I ain't
cooker
even
mac
mad
and
at
cheese.
it.
So I'm gonna flip back to this.
Jay should get a Nobel Peace Prize award for his screen name, spreading the gospel.
Greg's funny, man.
Freedom
Wow.
Fighter.
I'm
That's
gonna
why
get-
Greg is not on the show for co-signing that bullshit.
I'm gonna get back to this Ravens and Dolphins game. I was really impressed actually with the Dolphins. They had 6 sacks in the game and 7 pass breakups, I believe, in the game. So they were all over them. Howard had a monster game. You know, he completely shut down Marquise Brown.
The
Yeah,
Dolphins
I mean-
aren't that bad.
Yes,
up
they
to
are.
this week, I would have
Yes,
said
they
they were
are.
one of the biggest
Yes, they
disappointments
are.
in the
This
league.
was a lucky game.
They're not.
This was an off game for the
Tua's
Ravens.
that bad.
The Dolphins will probably win 2 or 3 more games the entire rest of the season.
Maybe
If
two.
they're lucky.
Listen,
If they're lucky.
listen. Nobody is safe right now. Is the best point to really say.
That's
there's
true.
an there's an upset every single
Yeah,
week.
a bunch
right
of
now.
good teams have lost to shitty teams.
And Baltimore kind of needed this in a way. I think they kind of needed to get a taste in their mouth because I do agree with Cool who is on here. I do think the Bears is the perfect bounce back game for Baltimore.
The get right game, yeah.
Yeah, because
and
I
even-
think Baltimore win that game.
And even then, it took the referees to beat the Bears 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah. And
We
that's
all
why the
agree on
refs.
that.
That's why the refs were the sports moron of the week last week.
The goddamn
Absolutely.
Titans are still the number 1 seed by 2 games.
It's crazy.
But I think
They
it's
just
a
keep
good
winning
thing to
without
knock
Derrick
that out,
Henry.
out of the way early for them, or at least mid-season for them. Even though the Bengals game was another punch in the mouth for them as well. Lamar was sacked 5 times, and they were in Baltimore at the time. So obviously that was a big game for the Bengals. But we've seen Cincy, they've kind of died off since then. But I think
Bengals
it's good
gonna
that
bang.
we can knock this out earlier in the season than later.
Yeah, shout out to the offensive lineman that almost scored the TD. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Playing
yeah,
a game that
that's
didn't count.
No, Megan, you make a good point though about the Bengals. Like the Bengals was another, bad taste in their mouth. Like we're with Baltimore, and as impressive as Lamar Jackson is, because I think he's extremely impressive. I really like him as a football player. He's great, but that defense has a lot of holes to me still. Yeah. And they were the ones that kind of kept them in the game. Yeah, and they were the ones that kind of kept them in the game
atrocious
against Miami. But I worry about Baltimore kind of.
And I feel like with Baltimore,
as far as they can.
When you bring that up, it's like Marcus Peters. He's really been missed for them because in the secondary, he's been like that guy that will always get interceptions and make like those type of plays. And without him, they don't really have someone back there like Marlon Humphreys. He's never been like the guy that gets
Peters
a lot of interceptions.
was Trayvon Diggs before Trayvon Diggs was Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, it was just.
What does that mean, Dom?
I mean, it doesn't mean anything. It shouldn't mean
lots of getting burned.
It shouldn't mean anything because Marcus Peters went to multiple Pro Bowls.
Lots of interceptions, lots of getting burned.
Okay.
Multiple Pro Bowls
20 years ago. His name was Dre Bly.
He does, but those times, I mean, it's just one of those. It's one of those types of things.
He gives up a lot of yards.
When you're a corner, you got to take chances sometimes. Sometimes those chances pay off, sometimes they don't. But I'm not disagreeing that he gets burnt in coverage sometimes. But he's excellent at what he does.
In order to get that many picks, you have to take chances.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Lockdown corners, they don't throw at them, so they're not going to get picked.
Cool.
Right.
Cool. How do you feel about?
Seriously.
Cool. How do you feel about Baltimore coming off that loss to Miami? And where do you stand with Baltimore as a team in the AFC right now?
So Baltimore is still going to be one of your better teams. They have Lamar Jackson, right? They have a running game. Whoever they put back there, they figure out a way to manufacture a running game. They're getting some of the guys that play receiver, Rashad Bateman, Hollywood Brown. They've got a couple of guys that you get the ball to, Sammy Watkins. So they've got enough pieces to make things happen. The question is always going to be exactly what you guys were talking about, the defense.
Sammy Watkins just tripped over his phone cord while he was watching, and he's questionable for next week.
Wow. So we'll monitor
That's
that. What's another game you want to dive into, James?
Next game, I was going to do Eagles-Broncos. Obviously, since we got cool on the show.
Wait, before you go to that, about the Ravens. The most fortunate thing about the Ravens, they're looking all the way down to the basement at what they assumed was their stiffest competition, the Browns. Browns are in last.
Yeah, for now. We don't know if the Browns... I'm not giving up on the Browns yet. They probably should have lost
to Detroit. The Ravens have that. I don't think they've played as well as their record shows that they are. If I'm being completely honest.
They have some good.
The Browns. It's hard for me to judge without Nick Chubb against the New England Patriots. To be honest,
almost everyone in the league has a couple wins that they shouldn't, and a couple losses.
And Chubb's coming back this week. So that we'll see the Browns now going forward because they got Detroit, Baltimore, bye week, Baltimore again, I think.
I'm actually going to hold off on that Eagles-Broncos. And since we're already talking about the Browns, let's just talk about this game. Patriots win 45-7. And I hear everything you guys are saying. Obviously they've had guys out and everything like that. But if you're Baker Mayfield and there's all this noise about, Odell's the problem, the Browns play better without Odell Beckham. There's no excuse for you to go out and you have 36 yards for the whole game.
Terrible this week.
For the whole game, you have 36 yards for the whole game. You're supposed to be the guy. You're supposed to be a franchise quarterback. The Cleveland Browns are not going to pay this guy.
I see
because
73.
He's showing that he's not a franchise quarterback. He's not the
I
guy
mean, but
that's going to
we've
put the
never
team on the
known
back
him.
when.
We've never known him to be like that super accurate passing quarterback. We've never known that, and so his entire run game is injury.
That was
And
supposed to
that's
be
what
his
carries the
hallmark.
Browns. Like that's what carries them. Hunt and Chubb carry the Browns. So we've never known Baker to we've never known him to be that quarterback that's super accurate. He's not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers
That was
is super
supposed to be
accurate
his
quarterback.
elite talent.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but we
never
also got to
know him to
remember,
do
like
that. Maybe even in that-
Oh, he's not an elite talent, Dom. You've
No.
been the
No,
number one
I'm
person
saying
that said he's not.
His accuracy was supposed to be his thing.
At
Oh,
OG.
Baker's just not that good of a.
At OU, but we're
I
talking
don't
about
think
the
he's a
NFL.
guy. I don't think he's a guy that I would currently
27
want to.
and 27 after 54 starts.
He's not a guy I would currently want to build my team around.
If
I'll
he
say
doesn't
that.
take
I'll
less
leave it at
money,
that.
he's gone.
For
Yeah,
sure.
but I got to also say that there is no reason that the Browns should be playing this terrible on defense right now. Joe Woods is a terrible defensive coordinator
And,
there. They have Myles Garrett. They have Denzel Ward. They got Joke. Like that defense should not be playing like this. Newsom's been a nice rookie. They're playing like shit because of play calling.
They've got a Madden defense. It
And I
looks
just
great
wanna
on paper,
say-
but they still haven't figured it out.
And I just want to say on the flip side of that, let's talk about the New England Patriots.
Oh my God!
What
Please
they've
don't
done.
talk about fucking Mac Jones.
The New England Patriots.
You have to. You
That
have to highlight that. You have
The
to
New
highlight
England
the success
Patriots.
that he's having. You have to.
Listen, I'm going to tell you guys right now. I'm not even afraid to say it. Obviously, the New England Patriots are quiet, very, very quiet, 6-4.
Yes,
Like most teams
they
that are
are.
6-4, the people aren't really talking about them. But honestly, with the Buffalo Bills, I think the Buffalo Bills are on notice right now. They better step their A game up because Mac Jones is getting better every week.
Yes.
He's not really a guy that wows you with, he makes crazy throws. But you know what he does do well? He runs Bill Belichick's system at a high level.
right.
And the Patriots have found a winning formula with Mac Jones.
He came in
So
very
I don't think
very
they're out of
pro-ready.
this division race. I think
No.
they
And
could.
I think that's what you have to highlight there, right there, is the system and who has the ability, the athletic ability to run that system. Like, that's why they chose Mac Jones to start over Cam Newton. Not because Cam Newton isn't the better athlete. He's obviously the better athlete. He's 6'6". He's 250 pounds. He's obviously a better running quarterback, in my opinion. We all know his problems with his accuracy, but Mac Jones fits in that system, and that's what they saw. And so they were like, okay, this is familiar. This is comfortable. We're going to go with that.
19
Okay.
of 23, 198 yards, 3 TDs. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I
Mac
think
is good. He's
thing
getting
is,
better. He's getting better. He's playing good. And the
Then Bro-
Patriots are
then
just
Bro-
finding ways to win games.
Steps in garbage time. It goes 3 of 3 for 85 and a touchdown.
I
And
just
that
wish I
defense
could've
is just
seen-
really playing fucking good.
I wish
with
I
the
could have
Patriots.
seen the
Look,
Patriots.
this could be a
get
wild
Cam
card team.
Newton.
I don't think they're going to catch the Bills personally in the division. I think the Bills are going to
They're
win
only
the
one
East.
game behind them.
I know, but I'm just saying. I think the Bills are going to, hold serve and win this East. But I think the Patriots are going to get a wild card. I think they are capable of being a playoff team this year.
They absolutely can, but as far as in the playoffs, if the Bills run into the Patriots, that could be a real deal matchup because the Bills, let's face it, they really, really, really should not have lost to Jacksonville weeks ago. And shit like that does not help them at all, especially when you got a team, injured or not, like the Browns getting creamed by the Patriots. Yeah,
Bills shouldn't have lost to the Steelers either. But that's the whole AFC.
Jordan
How many-
Pennington, Bill's going to run to the table.
How many division leaders, let alone teams in the thick of the playoff picture mix,
I don't think they'll
Can you
sweep the
say-
Patriots.
shouldn't have lost? Like the Bengals lost to the goddamn Jets. The goddamn Jets.
I mean, but I told y'all about the Bengals. I've been telling y'all about the
Seattle
Bengals.
Seahawks
Bengals
are out of the
Bengals.
playoffs.
That's what they're gonna do. But I
Yeah,
wish
pretty
I
much.
could have seen. I wish I could have seen the Patriots with Cam with all the weapons that Mac Jones has. Because if you look back at last season, they had at least like 5 defenders who opted out. You know what I mean? Like they didn't. Cam really didn't have a fair shake over there, and I'm just really
what
interested.
weapons does Mac Jones have that Cam didn't?
A defense. Yeah, they have
Nelson
a defense.
Aguilar.
Well, there's Jonnu Smith. There's Hunter Henry.
Thank you.
There's Kendrick Bourne.
Jacoby Myers.
There's a defense that all opted out last year. There's Jacoby
Right.
Nelson
Myers.
Aguilar.
All of
Right,
them
so
are
there's
bad.
a whole lot of pieces. I'm not counting him. He's no better than what they had last year, so I'm not counting him. But those pieces were way better than what Cam had last year. So the thing is,
Right.
what I was gonna say earlier, you gave Mac Jones a bright new shiny offense to run with a bunch of different better weapons, right? Then you allow him to do it from week one. He better look good in that offense because he's had 10 weeks to perfect that offense at this point. So he should
I just
look
tried to
decent
call
in this
Nelson
offense.
Aguilar by my
we should be
reception
talking
drop.
about him being really well.
Ah.
Of course he did. You called Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah, I just had to slide that joke in there. But let's go. Let's talk about the Eagles and the Broncos, what happened this week. Obviously, it was a big win for us. And I just want to say that it's been very telling for the past couple of weeks. Just from what other people that have said about Jalen Hurts, you know, all the Eagles fans that haven't really given him a chance to grow and show what he can do. But he's continuing to show that. And I really like something that he said this week. I think he said something where it was along the lines of, you know, the only way is to rise. And, you know, that's his mentality. He's just trying to do the best that he can and get better. So early in the season, the team wasn't running the football. So they were really putting too much on him. And now they're not. And they're running the ball a lot to the tune of getting over 180 yards on the ground for the past 4 games. So been really running the ball well. He's been making plays too, making them outside the pocket. I really liked what he did in the first half of this game. You know, he wasn't really scrambling that much. You know, he was just making plays from the pocket, making good throws. So I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to keep getting better. And when you look at the Eagles' schedule, they're going to be playing the Saints this week with Trevor Siemian at quarterback, the New York Giants twice, New York Jets, Washington twice, and then they have the Cowboys to finish the season, who could be resting some of their guys since they might have some playoff seeding taken care of by then. So for me, I feel like this team could possibly run the table and be a wild card team if they continue to run the ball the way that they have, and Hurts just keeps getting better. So that's really where I'm at with the Eagles. But cool, do you have any thoughts?
Absolutely, man. I actually agree with you. If you want to take a quarterback that's just beginning to play, that's just getting his opportunity, this is really still his first season as far as starts, and say, oh, he's not going to be the guy. What are you doing? Those same people gave our last quarterback grace his whole first year, right?
They gave him grace for about 5 years.
Name anymore. He got grace forever, right? He had one good run at the beginning of our Super Bowl year, and other than that, he really didn't do a lot. But we gave him time. We gave him grace. With Jalen Hurts, it came out, oh, you know, he's not going to be the guy. They're trading for Gardner Minshew because he's eventually going to replace him. I'm reading articles where people are saying they're running the ball more because they want to get Jalen Hurts out and get Gardner Minshew in. Really? It's just ridiculousness. It's a whole bunch of hate for a dude that has went out there, been professional the whole time, done everything that's been asked of him, humbled himself, reworked a lot of things about his game, and is trying his best to become a quarterback that's going to be a franchise quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, we're still too early to say 100% he's definitely the guy, but he's improving. That's all you have to ask out of him. You can't expect a young quarterback to play without a running game. So for Nick Sirianni to be a rookie play caller, I'll give him a little bit of grace just this once. Continue to run the ball, continue to do the things that's been invested. Exactly, just this once. But
yeah,
he just needs to continue to do what we've been doing. Play football. Make the right reads. Don't put too much on him to begin. Put more as the season goes on. Put in more in the offseason. Install new things. And then let's just get a guy time. Let's take the picks. Let's fix the defense. And let's try to get better. That's the end of it. We have a way that we can win. We have a way we can get to the playoffs. You just laid it out for us.
A formula.
James.
Yeah.
So just make it work.
Cool. And we've had discussions, me, you, and me and Jimmy about Jalen Hurts and everything. And I think back last season to that game where he beat the Saints and everything. And what is whenever the common fan hates on a new quarterback, once that quarterback wins that first game, what is the lame excuse they always give? Oh, well, they didn't have any film on them. Once they got film on them, it's over with. How many times have y'all heard that about Jalen Hurts? And so
I've heard it so many times. I've been kicked out of groups.
But what they forget is any quarterback that's ever been successful in this league all had a first game. So after that, they all had film on them, and somehow they rose above it and they were successful. Jalen Hurts has that ability, and you're right.
He's built different.
He's built different. His work ethic. Y'all seen him in college. His work ethic is through the roof. And you're right. All you can ask of him is to improve, because as long as he improves, he'll get there. So yeah, don't pay attention to the common fan. They don't know nothing, man. You see what I'm saying?
This is the same fan base. And I don't even like calling out people that are a fan of my team just because I want to feel like I'm better or anything. But these are the same fans that have said all this shit about Jalen Hurts. Well, Jalen doesn't have an NFL arm. He doesn't have this. He can't make throws in the middle of the field.
Neither
can't
Mac Jones.
all his stats. They said all his stats are garbage time stats. It's just one thing after another with this guy. But he just goes out there and he's like, fuck it.
That pass to Quez Watkins that Quez Watkins dropped was not a good, strong NFL
That was a great
arm.
throw.
Yeah.
Boy, bye.
I mean, he impresses me more than Baker does, and Baker came from the same college. I mean, obviously Jalen went to Alabama first, and then he finished out with Lincoln Riley. And I feel like I've always had faith in Jalen Hurts. It doesn't matter that I'm a Cowboys fan. I feel like he just needed some time to adjust to the NFL, and we're starting to see what he's capable of. He absolutely has an arm. I mean, there's obviously some room for development, but I could see Jalen being as good as Dak in year 5.
Hey, Megan.
Yeah.
I like the Baker comparison because he's got just as good of an arm.
And to your point, Megan, you know who had ills throwing downfield his rookie year? Prescott, and he got better.
Right.
I think Jalen's a lot like Dak.
He won Offensive Player of the Year.
I do too. Jalen hasn't been in the league as long. He is going through some struggles in the first couple of seasons, and that's similar to Dak, honestly. And so I don't have Dak as being a top 3 quarterback, but this season he's definitely a top 5. If Russ was up to par, I would have Dak at probably 6. But I could see Jalen being top 10 by year 5. I definitely see that potential in him.
Jalen's a better athlete than Dak.
Shut up, fool.
Well, here's the thing. I just want to say one last thing about Jalen.
Why is he a better athlete than Dak? Please enlighten my ass.
Okay, well, I'm not looking.
Well, Jalen Hurts is very, very athletic. It's hard
I'm not
to
saying he's not athletic. What I'm saying is,
year.
Dom, tell me how he's a better athlete than Dak.
This year, in 10 games, Jalen Hurts has 547 rushing yards and 5 TDs.
Dak is absolutely a rushing quarterback. Come on, next stat.
Dak doesn't really run as much as he used to.
He doesn't need to.
He's evolved his game more as a passer.
He can run the ball. He's not somebody that's stuck in the pocket. He is a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
He is a mobile quarterback.
Well, keep in mind that they're going to be he's going to be a little leery about running this year because he's coming off that injury. Next year,
right. But no, I will say that that's what I was impressed out of this Broncos game. It was not his throwing yards, but his rushing yards with Jalen. He had 53 rushing yards. I think that's impressive. He's not scared to run the ball, and if he's got to take the hit, he's got to take the hit. So I like that out of Jalen.
Yeah, and one last thing I'm going to say about this with Jalen. Just give the guy a chance to grow and keep going, because when you look at this quarterback class, it's a very easy decision for me. If you're asking me, do I want Matt Corral or Malik Willis or one of these guys that's coming out versus keep Jalen for another year, I'm 100%. I'm 100% rolling with Jalen. no doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, none of them.
Fix the
Plus, you
defense.
get Miles Sanders
And
back
I never
And let's
thought
give Jalen another year.
that they were going to put Minshew in the starting position, but I think he's an excellent backup.
I got what you need. I got what you need, James. You need the
Defense.
number 1 pick.
No,
You
we
need
don't.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Well, I mean, it would be nice,
Yeah,
but
you do. Yeah, you do.
I think you
You're
guys.
not
I
gonna
think
get
you
Fire.
guys. I think you
We're
guys
not
are
gonna
better
get
Those 2
off.
first-round
Well,
picks.
mine
I
is
like
not
the
gonna
kid
get
from
there, so we're
Purdue
not gonna get it.
personally. I like. The
I
kid
think
from
you guys
Purdue
are better
personally.
off keeping the number 1 pick, and then you can see Matt Corral in a Lions uniform. How about that?
That's
gonna
likely
fight
going
you.
to happen.
I'm going to pay for your plane ticket to Detroit for Thanksgiving just so I can fight you.
Well, that ain't gonna happen, bro. But speaking of the Lions, let's actually talk about the Lions tying with Pittsburgh Steelers. And yes, they didn't have Ben Roethlisberger or anything, but how in the hell?
Jordan
commented to trade Minshew to Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, they need Minshew right about now. You're damn right.
I mean,
They
Minshew
needed
could probably
Minshew
start for a
2 years
few
ago.
teams.
He's
probably like a
shoulda
fringe
ran.
Mason
starter,
Rudolph
but
stinks.
They should have ran Dwayne Haskins out there.
so the biggest thing in this game was DeAndre Swift. He had a really good game. He rushed for over 130 yards.
He
I
heard
think
me
it
talking
was.
shit.
But
He
in
came
the
in
end,
And who's his position coach?
Deuce Staley,
Staley.
Deuce.
He's going to get
former
better
Eagles
because
running
that man
back,
is going
Deuce
to
Staley,
make
that was
him
on.
better.
I'm hoping that Anthony Lynn gets fired and Deuce Staley takes over as the interim OC.
And then I don't know. Just looking at some of the other stats from this game,
Everyone that
It
we
was-
handed the ball to ran the shit out of it.
the Lions had 8 penalties for like 84 yards.
Jared Goff stunk.
Jared Goff was bad.
They
But
dared
in
him
the
to
end,
throw.
like Pittsburgh could have won this game, but they fumbled, and that's pretty much what sealed the deal for them in overtime.
We could have won the game had our
Mason Rudolph
kicker
stinks.
made an extra point in regulation or a field goal in overtime. Have you guys seen the replay of that field goal?
You ain't lying.
It was
It
from
was bad.
45 yards.
Look, that
That
game
nobody
was the
won that
definition
game.
of
From
do you
25
want my beer?
yards.
Like, I'm going to fuck it up a little bit
Yeah.
more.
And the funniest thing was
agree.
Najee Harris
I agree.
was he pulled a Donovan McNabb where he said, "I didn't know you could tie in the NFL," or whatever it is he said.
At least
Well,
he's a rookie.
I'll give him a break because he's a rookie. Yeah, McNabb was like a veteran.
Yeah, he was like a
Yeah,
10-year
he's a
vet
man.
when he said that.
Yeah, at least he's
Yeah.
a rookie saying that.
So they fumbled twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fryermuth fumbled right at the end, but it was with like 6 seconds left.
That was a shitty. It was just a
Mason Rudolph
shitty
effect.
game all the way. So
Yeah,
I
we
don't
need to
think
talk
anyone
about
was saying.
upcoming games.
fell
Let's talk
asleep.
about upcoming games.
Yeah.
Neither one of these teams deserve to win. But no, I mean, I'm going to just go over a couple more games before we move on. So how about Tyler? How about Green Bay beating Seattle? I think it's the first time that Russell Wilson has ever been shut out in a game.
Yep.
Obviously, it was kind of crazy, just because seeing a lot of injuries that happened. They lost Aaron Jones, but A.J. Dillon had 2 touchdowns, so he really stepped it up in that game.
A.J.
And then
Dillon is
DK
that guy.
Metcalf completely lost his mind.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of like I know we've been talking about Halloween candy on here for a while. It was like that Fun Dip, like the blue stuff. And it was like this is what DK Metcalf's hair looked like, some blue Fun Dip. And this guy was over here trying to start fights and stuff at the end of the game. All
DK
this other
Metcalf
stuff,
is
and he said
taller Odell.
DK said that, oh, I'm tired of losing, and all this other stuff. I'm like, look, bro, you better get used to losing because Russell Wilson ain't coming back next year. He's gonna be playing for a new team. I don't know where he's gonna get traded to, but I am very positive
Cleveland.
he's gonna request a trade. On top of that, they traded their first round pick for a
Pittsburgh.
safety who can't cover. Jamal Adams finally got another interception this week. Now he has the same number as the same number of career interceptions as Vince Wilfork.
Yeah.
So the Jets are going to have their first round pick. So even if they suck and they tank, they're going to get nothing out of it. So the Seahawks are basically going nowhere. So that's why DK Metcalf is definitely going to be up for Sports Moron of the Week. But Tyler, what did you think about this whole game and everything?
Yeah, so a lot of people were making comments about the game was boring, and I think that's a good thing for us because that means that Russell Wilson didn't even show up in the football game, right? Like Packers defense is getting slept on a lot this season.
They're playing good.
And the defense is really woken up, and they're keeping us in football games. I mean, you look at what we've done against Kyler Murray, what we've done against Patrick Mahomes, what we've done against Russell Wilson. Like this defense ain't scared of anybody, and I think that's boding really well for us. Maybe
That's the
we
best
get
defense y'all have had in years.
A while, Dom. I'll be honest. I'm the toughest critic on my team, and this team is starting to look like a Super Bowl team to me.
I definitely think they're one of the toughest teams in the NFC. Like they're one of the most legitimate teams. I know we got the Rams over there, but we're not too sure how they're playing at the moment. Cardinals have kind of ducked off some. Green Bay's looking good, and the Cowboys are looking good, but I'm not ready to say the Cowboys are on the same level as Green Bay until I see next week's game. And once I see next week's game, that matchup with the Cardinals, I feel like I'll have a better –
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. With the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll have a better measuring
for
stick for my own team to be able to say, even though I feel like we're very similar teams, we have high-powered offense, and both of our defenses leave a lot to be desired. But after next week's matchup, I'll be able to say what I think about the Cowboys. But Green Bay's up there.
Yeah.
They're my number one team in the NFC.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing when you look at
point.
this game.
I mean, and I'll throw this out there right now. Green Bay easily right now is a top 5 defense in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah, and they don't even have their best player. They don't even have Jair Alexander on their
They don't even have
out.
Zadarius back yet.
They're playing at this level, and they don't even have all their guys. So just wait till they get back.
And I'm just saying, guys, like, how many weeks have I been on here saying Green Bay is playing so good, but they don't even have all their guys?
And I'm not
so
even,
once they get all their guys, they're going to be even
I know
better.
Tyler knows this is the 2010 defense all over again.
Yeah, this is the best defense I've seen since.
They might be better.
Defense all over again.
And I got to say something, too, before we jump off of this, is that Mike Pettin was a liability because, Joe Barry came in there, and obviously we picked up Campbell. But besides that and the Stokes pick, this is the same team. You're just seeing scheme packages and us switching to a 3-4 and the blitz packages that Barry is throwing now. Like, this defense is for real right now.
Jordan, shut up.
Grizzler says the Rams are a glorified version of the Eagles' 2011 Dream Team.
Hey, Megan, hang on. Now, to play devil's
They may have the
advocate,
same outcome too.
To play devil's advocate, if that random pick is to seal the game for the Cowboys, I think you wouldn't have
Then
a problem.
fuck it. I'm fine. I'll take it. If it gets us to W,
If it's to seal
I don't
the
care.
game, you wouldn't have a problem with that.
Who got Diggs now? That's all I got to say. Who got Diggs now? The Cowboys, not the Steelers.
Buffalo Bills.
I can't
We
believe I'm
got
saying this. This Cowboys team, I think, might be for real. And I haven't said that this century.
I think we look better with the D-Law injury. I think our defense looks better without D-Law. I think
Y'all
putting
have playmakers everywhere.
Yes,
everywhere.
Thank you. I think moving Parsons to where D-Law was absolutely the right move, and I think that it was kind of a blessing in disguise, honestly.
Yeah,
For sure.
But I'm not ready. Look, I don't want to have to eat my words later, so I'm not ready to say we're contending.
Well, I think it goes both ways.
Good. We look good.
You guys are for sure playoff team.
You're
for sure playoff team.
I'll just say this. I think it goes both ways. You could say the same thing for the Chiefs. The Chiefs have not been good this year.
That's
and the way they played
like
against the Raiders, they have to show me again that they can't keep that level of consistency.
Raiders and the fucking
so that's
Chargers.
why I'm not putting stock into what the Chiefs did this week unless they show me they can do it against Dallas. If they do it against Dallas, I'll say the Chiefs are back. But for now,
right.
This
My main concern
this
with
past week in the NFL, the grown-ups came home. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something that Coward did, and he was like, hide the White Claws, the grown-ups are home.
What were you going to say, Megan?
I feel like my biggest concern about this game is that it's not a home game for us. That Kansas City crowd is tough, and they're coming off a big win against a division rival. They were able to go from last to first, and that's some energy to roll off of. And I hope it doesn't just roll right through Dallas. You know what I mean? That's my biggest concern.
Plus, y'all can afford to lose a game. The Chiefs can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't afford to lose a game. You're right.
And
that's why San Francisco beat the Rams yesterday. Like San Francisco is underachieved a lot.
That's why the Chiefs won last week against Green Bay when we had Jordan Love starting at quarterback. Like, Kansas City, they're at home. They have a little bit of steam because of the win over the Raiders now. And yeah, Kansas City's in a situation in which they have to win majority of their games out right now to ensure their playoff spot, as opposed to Dallas. A few more wins locks them into their playoff seed already.
Right. Yeah.
So I think there is more pressure on Kansas City, but I don't know. We got to see if that defense can play like that for consecutive weeks. Like they played good against the Raiders, but we got to see consecutive weeks with the Chiefs defense, because obviously Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and all of those Schultz, those guys are going to be there.
What week was this? Week 10, right?
Yeah,
we're at week 11.
Did I not say about 5 weeks ago that week 10 is when the Chiefs defense gets right?
That is right. No, they play better in the second half of the season. So that's right too. And that's why I said, like, I have some major concerns about this game, and I'm not ready to say where I feel my team is going to make a playoff run until I see this matchup. Once I see how we play against this team, like I felt like week 1 was a great measuring stick for us because we played the defending champs and we played them well. Yeah, we lost, but we didn't lose until those last couple of seconds, and we played them every bit of that game. So, I mean, I felt like we looked good, but Buccaneers were only 11-win team last year. So
Tampa's not what they were either. Dallas is sitting at 3 right now, right?
Losses? No, we're at 7-2.
No, three seed.
Oh yes, we're in the 3 seed. Yes, 3 seed.
So you would get the 5.
What?
Right?
6.
At the very lowest.
No, wait, no.
You get the 6.
6.
The Cowboys
The
are
2
either
gets the 7, the 4 gets the 5, and the 1 gets the bye.
They're either going to play the Rams or they're going to play the Cardinals. So either way, it's tough.
Yeah, no, either one of those matchups are tough.
You can't beat the Rams.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that we got to
San
remember about
Francisco
this.
did yesterday.
But here's something we got to remember about this season too. We still have COVID going around. So there's going to be injuries. There's going to be things that could mess things up in the playoffs this year.
True. And we have guys coming off injury, and we got guys coming off a suspension. You know how the Cowboys are. Somebody's always suspended.
And then you're going to have teams that are going to rise the second half of the season, have the momentum going into the playoffs, and knock some teams away from the positions they're in now. It happens every year.
I got to cut out, guys. I got a meeting.
Yeah, absolutely, Megan. But we appreciate you coming on and sharing thoughts.
Yeah, thanks, Megan.
Cowboys and everything else. So before you go, you want to just tell
Thursday,
everyone,
Megan.
where they can find you?
Oh, absolutely. If you got a chance to come on, guys, we have the 1-year anniversary show for the Sip-Off this Thursday at 8:15 Eastern. Before that, at 7 Eastern, we have the NFL Carousel, and we'll be covering the Cowboys, obviously. Every Monday, I have the NBA Carousel, which I'm the host of, and almost every single person except for James is a guest on that show as well. And then I also have Sports Arena, which is Monday nights and Wednesday nights at 10 Eastern. And then 806 Sports and Wednesday mornings at 9:35 Central.
Sounds great.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. So let's actually segue into talking about this week in the NFL. So any games you guys are looking forward to?
I think that Steelers and that Chargers game on Sunday Night Football is going to be an interesting one.
Let me look at the slate.
I don't know. Even the Chargers have fallen off.
Yeah, but the Steelers aren't even going to have T.J. Watt this week, though. They got to start Taco Charlton, right?
The Chargers have lost 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah.
They'll get right. It's still going to be
I'm
a
looking
battle
forward to the
for
Colts
the
and the
division.
Bills.
Colts and the Bills.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
And
that.
I'm
I like to pay
saying,
attention to the Colts game.
Colts, Bills, Dolphins, Packers.
3.5
Wow,
more.
Ew.
That's all I need. 3.5
Giants
more.
and the Buccaneers.
Colt,
Cardinals,
ew.
Seahawks.
There's literally 1.5 good games.
I mean, that's why we were talking about that Cowboys and Chiefs game.
Well, the
We got
football
the
team and the
Saints
Panthers.
Eagles, man. I think we can win this game this week.
Yeah, I mean, Ron Rivera.
Yeah,
What? So we
Rivera
can
against Cam.
so we
Are
can
they
see
playing
Cam
the
play
Panthers?
6 snaps.
No, Cam's
No,
getting
Cam's been
all
prepped
the
as the
work.
starter this week, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cam's starting this week.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I
He's
see
been
it.
prepped as to be the starter. Do you think they brought him in and paid him that money for him not to start? Of course not.
Nope.
I mean,
So
you're
you're
paying
gonna
him
start him
$10
against his former coach. Then I mean,
Cam's
we all
starting
know
this
his
week.
weaknesses, but
You're
Cam's
not
starting
gonna
this
We're
start
going to
week.
start
PJ
him
Walker.
every game the rest of the season. That's what they're going to do.
PJ Walker beat the dog shit out of the Lions last year.
And listen, I was really hard on the Panthers, but obviously Cam is a huge upgrade to me to Sam Darnold.
And the thing, too,
No,
is
y'all talking about
certain players play good with
Really?
certain teams.
I
And
mean,
it seems
maybe
like something about Cam and the Panthers.
I mean, Cam's issue is that he's not accurate. He's not the best pocket thrower, but I think his athleticism gives him a better chance to win than Sam Darnold.
I
Sam
would
Darnold
just
throws-
go, I would
also-
just go Wildcat with CMC till he gets hurt again.
Well,
I mean-
I definitely would do that. I think that would be horrible for them and get them crushed. But I would say that Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, these are better receivers than Cam ever had. Now he had Steve Smith, but he never had like another guy.
Fat Kelvin
So he
for
has
that one
two
year.
guys that can go out
Kelvin
there and actually play pretty good.
Benjamin, is that who you're saying?
Fat Kelvin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy
like I said.
who Booger McFarland
Mhm.
said he's a Popeye's biscuit for being a tight end. And then
It
later
looks
on,
like he's had a couple of those biscuits.
Oh man.
Well, he did. Cam did have.
the Giants actually signed him in the offseason as a tight end.
That's true. The Cam did have Greg. A tight
So
end.
Booger indirectly
Yeah, but
predicted the
at
future.
the wide receiver position, he's never had a better group than what he has now there. Robbie Anderson
Oh,
can
they're
go up
very,
and get the
very
Aaron
And
ball.
Terrence Marshall.
DJ Moore can make those catches. Terrence Marshall, yep, another guy.
DJ
They've got some
Moore
guys
is
that play tight end
one
that
of the
can make
most
that can make
underrated
catches.
receivers in the league to me.
Who did they have at tight end?
Nobody notable.
I don't know.
I'd have to look
Not
it up.
Greg Olsen.
Give me a minute.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at
it's
this
not very
Bengals
good.
Raiders game.
Eagles,
Give me a minute, I'll tell you.
Saints, Trevor Simeon.
Eagles.
That
Saints
game's at
is
home for the
unfortunate.
Eagles. So can they win that game? Do you guys think?
I think that
I believe so.
Actually, that's
go
that's
ahead.
probably one of the better games this week, though, because it is going to be close in odds. I think Philly could win that game.
I was gonna say Cowboys Chiefs, but we just got done talking about that. So I'm gonna touch on Eagles Saints real quick. I think that if Hurts keeps up the momentum, he can very well beat the Saints again. And even though he's a journeyman backup, the difference is Simeon is at quarterback. So I've got the Eagles winning this game because y'all are at home, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Is Kamara playing this week?
I'm not sure,
Haven't
but I
heard
don't
anything
think
yet.
so.
Oh
got a knee
God, if
sprain.
he's not
Oh,
there,
and the answer to the
done.
tight end question for the Panthers is Tommy Trimble.
Oh,
And he's actually been playing pretty well. He's making good plays for them.
oh.
He's not Greg Olsen, but he's
I mean,
making
these
plays.
past
Yeah.
couple of weeks,
not Greg
I
Wilson.
also just want to say, Devontae Smith has been outstanding. Like he's been one of the better receivers. He had 2 touchdowns this week. The game
That first
before, he
touchdown
had
was
116 yards and a touchdown. So just this connection between Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith is only getting better.
Yeah, and when
Yeah.
you guys run
And
it
that first
40,
touchdown pass,
and when you run
that
it
was
40
amazing.
times in a game, it's going to help too.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
And
the thing is,
they
for me,
just found that formula with running the ball. That's really their identity now, and that's what's winning.
I
them a
mean,
lot of
yeah,
games.
and I like that. It's like kind of a committee now. Like they
Yeah,
give
I mean, we don't even have Miles
Boston,
Sanders right now.
Gainwell, Miles Sanders.
I'm
is
always
hurt
a little
right now.
concerned if they're going to continue to do the same thing every week. That works. So they have for a couple of weeks, but I'm always always got a little concern, like, are they gonna really continue to do this, or are we gonna do something crazy? Always
Feed Jordan Howard.
I mean, all of them. Boston Scott.
Boston Scott. Please feed him. I'm thinking about
I like that little dude, man. That little dude's a good player.
He was killing
Boston
it
Scott
last
is
year.
the
I don't know why he wasn't playing earlier.
He's the number one New York Giants killer. Like, I swear, every time we play the Giants,
You
this
know
guy
what?
has a
When y'all
monster
play
game.
him, I'm gonna start him on fantasy. I got him on my squad right now.
And I like that kid from Memphis, too, Gainwell.
Yeah, I mean, all we gotta do is
If Alvin
Gainwell
Kamara doesn't play, you should beat them by 2 scores.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a big one. If Kamara's not playing, I'm definitely taking Philly.
The Saints wide receivers are ass.
They can make plays at times, but I think
I
we'll
mean,
make
they
up.
have
We'll
that
match up
one
with them good
kid.
enough.
What's the kid they got? Marquez
Callaway.
Yeah, he's all right. All right, guys, but you ready to segue into sports morons?
Absolutely.
All right, so
I'll start mine.
Tyler, start us off, brother.
Oh, my bad.
I know you got one.
All right, so mine's going to DK Metcalf this week. DK Metcalf grabbed 3 face masks when on the Packers players. So he grabbed more face masks than he made catches in this football game. He threw more tantrums than he made catches in this football game. And once he was ejected, he tried to come back in on the field on the very next drive. He tried to sneak in the huddle. So
That's hilarious.
what an idiot.
Mine was also DK Metcalf, not just for this last game and all the points that Tyler just said, but I mean just over. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, the dude's a freak of nature. You know, he's the size of a truck and he can run at that same speed, but his mental toughness fucking sucks. And that is something that he has to direly work on, because I don't know if you guys remember.
DK Salcap.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. I don't know if you guys remember a month ago.
He's tall Odell with the same pink hair.
Yeah, but actually it was like light bluish, nappy. I don't know what he was doing. But anyway, I don't know if you all remember about a month ago, Shannon Sharp made a comment that he made a bonehead play, and he did make a bonehead play. But instead of taking that as constructive criticism from a Hall of Famer, he wanted to get in his feelings and shoot back at him on Twitter. Dude, don't do that. Don't be a Kevin Durant. Leave that shit alone and mature. Get your mind right. That's all I got.
That's the same guy that people said, oh, he's the next Calvin Johnson, or they were comparing him to Calvin Johnson last year. I don't know if you guys remember all of that.
I did.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
But, yeah, he ain't on that level. Dom, did you
He is
have
better
one?
than JJ Ortega-Whiteside.
That's true, but I mean,
I'm looking at his numbers, and wow. 42 catches on 64 targets for 606 and 8 TDs. He's really good, but he's got them issues. I said it a couple weeks ago. That early success, like Odell, went to his head.
He drops the ball, to be honest. He's got a little bit of case of the dropsies.
Nobody to blame
I
him.
feel like when they were coming out of college, I liked A.J. Brown a little more.
Metcalf,
they were
it's
teammates at
crazy.
Ole
He
Miss.
briefly he was supposed to go top 10, and then he slipped way down to the second.
Second round, yeah.
Who do you got for sports moron, Dom?
Maybe for a second week in a row, maybe not 2 weeks in a row, but definitely for a second time this year, it's Dan Campbell.
Okay. And why is that?
For leaving Goff in the game once he was already hurt, because as bad as Goff has been, a fully healthy backup gives us a better chance to win. And as great as we ran the ball for 3 quarters, Pittsburgh basically dared us to throw, and we couldn't. Not to mention, I don't like the idea of a head coach starting his internship as the offensive coordinator week 10.
Yikes.
And then he's still sticking with Goff. And he literally laughed during the press conference.
That was a laugh like, well, shit, we ain't got nobody else.
We've got a
one
back
cool
up.
or James.
Oh yeah,
I do have
I'll
a
go with
sports
John
more right of
Gruden
the
here.
week. I'll let
John Gruden. It's like
What?
this guy. He's opening a lawsuit against the NFL for like
You wouldn't?
exposing his emails and stuff. And it's like, you're the one that did it. Like, you're the one that said these things.
He was the one whose
And,
emails got
you're trying to blame.
exposed.
I just don't understand, like, what is the real logic here for John, what he's trying to accomplish.
Because he fell on the fucking knife and he wants some money. You wouldn't?
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious, but
They talked about
it's just
65,000
really,
emails,
it makes
right?
him look even worse.
I think
he
just wants everybody else exposed. I mean,
It's
it's
like-
That part.
either you're going to pay me a lot of money, or you're going to have to put everybody else's information out too. You're not going to just make me the fall guy.
Oh,
Well,
you
yeah,
think it's
I get it. Dan Snyder's just getting laughing his
That's
way
what I want to see.
behind closed doors.
Or anyone named Ford. Yes, Greg, I've
Honestly-
seen. He said something about it
Honestly-
before.
Honestly, when this
Can we
happened,
get some
I
Roseman up there too?
I made a joke that I hope it's Mark Murphy that gets exposed next because I wouldn't mind getting rid of my
Hey,
team.
somebody check Howie Roseman's email account. Real
Right.
quick.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of us could profit from this as far as our teams.
Yeah, a lot of us don't like our owners or our brass.
Exactly. So
I
I do
don't
have
blame
a sports
him at
more
all,
of the week
because-
as well. And he's a habitual person, I'm sure, on the show. That would be Ben Simmons. So you
Yeah.
Again,
cannot play basketball,
can
but
we
you
just
can.
call this the Ben Simmons Award?
You could.
We might have to
But you can
rename
get
it.
on Call of Duty and play Call of Duty, but you have these mental issues where you can't play basketball. Oh, and they are taking your money, by the way, buddy. So coming back and saying, "Oh, I have mental issues," it's not going to save your money because you're not going about it the right way because you know you're full of crap.
Yeah, and there was something that his agent said. Obviously, Rich Paul with like Clutch Sports. He said something along the lines of, the media is painting a picture about Ben and they're putting him in the negative light, and it's having like an impact on his mental health. It's just like the same thing with John Gruden. Like, bro, you did it.
Yeah.
So what do you expect to happen from this? Like, obviously, people are going to say things about you, and then you use it. It's kind of disrespectful to people that actually does struggle
That has
with
to have,
mental
yeah.
health for you to use this as a crutch, so you don't have to show up and face the music.
Well,
Yep.
I mean,
Did anyone see, or did it come out what sort of settlement did Gruden make with the Raiders as far as what they owed him? Because he was still they were still on the hook for his contract for what, 7 more years?
I don't think that applies because they terminated him. Unless,
But I'm pretty sure when you fire someone, like as the team, that's you breaching the contract. Like there's got to be some sort of payout.
Yeah, it's got to be something, but I think they won't have to pay him all because of the morality clause. Because they're gonna run through a morality clause on him real quick.
Yeah,
Like obviously he doesn't need the money.
man, that's a huge L for the Raiders if they got to do that shit. You
That's
sign
a
this
huge-
motherfucker to a 10-year, $100 million fully guaranteed. Raiders gonna Raiders.
Bacon said, "Jim, you got to tell these fine gentlemen how I feel about Dan Snyder."
Yeah, Grizz is not he's not a fan of Mr. Daniel Snyder at all.
Can't
I
blame
know
him.
I've said
To say
this
the
before, but
least.
who's the worst owner? Who's the worst owner, Dan Snyder or James Dolan?
Dan
Ooh, that's a
Snyder.
tough one.
The McNairs.
I don't know. James Dolan's a terrible one too.
McNairs are a good choice as well.
Fords. Way,
They're not far behind.
Way bigger sample size. Portfolio, resume.
Counting multiple
Just like I said
generations all there
earlier.
together, aren't you, Dom?
Thank God that Cade Cunningham and the Frenchman, Killian Hayes, thank God they've been playing better, so these trade for Ben Simmons rumors went away. Because I was actually starting to warm up to them.
Well, I can tell you
hopefully,
right
he still
now.
ends up in
I can't
Detroit.
speak to anybody else. I don't want Ben
Why do
Simmons
you
on
hate my
team
team so much, James?
I don't hate him. I just hate you, and I want you to be miserable.
You just wish the worst upon me. Haven't I suffered enough?
No.
You realized that 2 years ago,
I agree,
Detroit sports suffered the lowest winning percentage aggregate in professional sports history. Right?
He said aggregate sports wins.
Well, you got to think about it like this. I mean, like, Dom, because Stafford went to the playoffs like 3 times with y'all. So on average, Dom is happy like once every 4 years. And now that Stafford's gone, we don't know when he's going to be happy again. So
when they draft a quarterback.
If you go back, say, let's see.
Lions quarterback?
I feel like the Tigers are his best shot.
If you go back, say, about
The Red
15
Wings have been the
years,
most
like
successful.
the Tigers were in the World Series in 06
and 13.
And the Tigers are kind of building back the right way right now, though. They were like third place this year in the Central.
The Wings were great in the late 90s and early 2000s. The Pistons got that one title, should have been 2. We're also on the longest playoff game losing streak in NBA history, still current. And the Lions are the Lions. I don't even want to see us in the playoffs again until we get a. I don't even want to see us in the playoffs again until we get a first round bye.
Should have kept Caldwell.
Never gonna happen. But
no.
It's good. Literally, the Lions would have to be the number 1 seed to have.
I know. We did it once, 30 years ago. And we jail sex the Cowboys.
So, anything else, guys, for Sports Moron?
Oh, we all gave ours. We're good.
All right. So, what about non-sports? Anybody got anything?
Dom, you don't have one this week?
Dom, you're the fucking one that originated this.
I know.
Was it your idea?
Let's just go something like something real easy and generic, like favorite beer, favorite mixed drink.
No mix. Henny on the rocks and Modelo.
Oh man.
I gotta go with Jay on this one. That's what I would probably say.
Jimmy, you don't mix your
like Modelo, Modelo and Hen. Like,
I gotta find something else. I don't want to pay that extra money for Douce. It's not worth it. But I'm not drinking Remy.
Hey,
Cavassier.
Some good shit, bro.
It is, but it's not worth that extra. I mean, how much does it fit the Douce? About $50.
I love Pacific, and I like all the Mexican beers usually. And then
Jim Beam,
honey.
Cool, what you drink?
Okay.
Jim
Beam honey. I'm crying. You guys.
Hey,
I haven't had the
I
haven't had that Jim Beam one. The Jack Honey is actually not bad, and me and Mr. Daniels, like, we don't even talk.
I got some JD sitting right here.
Those kind of ones are always good.
Nobody drinks scotch.
Oh, Jay, you're black and you drink Jack Daniels?
I know plenty of black people that do.
I do too.
what?
Did you know the original recipe came from these people? We don't talk about that.
That's
even
worse.
Our recipe, actually. Yeah.
That's not something to be proud of.
No. The thing is the original recipe came from a black person that was stolen. And then look this up, dude.
I was gonna say best stoner movie.
Yeah, I heard it.
I was gonna say best stoner movies, comedies.
Wait, it was my topic. I don't even get to weigh in.
Go ahead. You said Mickey's and what?
No, Mickey's is the best malt liquor.
Of course it is.
Wait, does Brass Monkey count as a mixed drink if you put the rum in it?
Wait, what's a brass?
Brass Monkey is Colt 45, OJ, and allegedly rum, but I skipped the rum. No, the best beer is either Modelo or Cherry Wheat. Because I can't go like craft beers y'all have never heard of. And mixed drink.
Sam or?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Sam Adams is, to my knowledge, is the first craft beer.
No, Sam Adams is good stuff, man. I drink it every so often, but yeah, I'll definitely crack open a Sam.
Yeah, I like the wheat ones. Samuel Adams, the wheat ones.
Mixed drink is either Purple Rain or Faderade.
Faderade.
Okay.
Stoner comedies.
I was trying to think of one. Okay, so I got another.
Did you say stoner comedies?
Yeah,
It's half-baked and everything
Yeah,
else.
Grandma's Boy. I find Grandma's Boy hilarious.
Cheech and Chong?
Cheech and
Office
Chong.
Space is not a stoner movie.
How high?
How high is
Harold
on the
Harold
podium?
and Kumar go to White Castle.
Yeah, you gotta mention those. What about
This is the End is a stoner movie.
Pineapple Express?
Pineapple Express, yeah.
What do you mean? That is definitely a stoner movie, Dom. This is the End.
Did they smoke pot in it? Barely.
Oh my god.
James Franco
Yeah.
and Seth Rogen are in it. So yeah, they do.
Michael Cera was doing blow in that movie, but whatever.
Speaking of Michael Cera, have you guys ever seen, what's it called? Year One, I think? Michael Cera and Jack Black.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
That shit's funny.
Hey, okay. Hey, Dom,
Super
I got
bad.
one for you. Well, y'all might know this other one is. This is another marry one, fuck one, and boot one. Okay, so marry one, fuck one, boot one.
All right.
Sharon Stone, Elizabeth Hurley, and Salma Hayek.
Who is the first one?
Sharon Stone.
It was the
Mary
second one.
Summer,
Wait,
Boom.
say it again?
Sharon Stone, Elizabeth Hurley can get a boot.
Ooh, okay. What about you, Dom?
Definitely marrying Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Fucking Elizabeth Hurley. No, actually. If we're going off basic instinct, boot Elizabeth Hurley, fuck Sharon Stone. As long as she doesn't stab me right after.
Give me the cougar.
That's a top 10 movie scene, bro. I'm just saying.
I'd marry Selma. I would boot Hurley. Yeah,
What is with the
fuck
Hurley?
Stone.
Selma, Elizabeth, Sharon.
Okay.
You
Elizabeth
what?
Hurley's like 55 now, and she still looks the same, man. It's just insane.
I mean, how old's Salma Hayek?
Sharon Stone, bro.
Yeah, I too, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd marry Selma out of the three.
Salma Hayek already had me prior to Dusk Till Dawn. I saw that, I was like,
Wait, before what? Desperado?
Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, Dusk Till Dawn? Yeah, she had me at Desperado.
Was that before or after Dusk
You
Till
got
Dawn?
any non-sports topics? Cool.
Nope.
Oh, you know, favorite, oh, we talked about the holiday food. Ain't nobody. Y'all ever eaten a
You go.
spaghetti sandwich?
What'd you say?
No.
Y'all ever eaten a spaghetti sandwich?
A spaghetti sandwich?
I can't say that I have.
Cool, you ever ate one, bro?
Cool said he ain't. Oh, he's never been poor.
Oh,
Dom, you
yeah,
ever
yeah,
ate that?
yeah.
I've been
I've
poor
actually
animal
had-
Italian. You know I've had a goddamn
I've had-
spaghetti sandwich.
I've had noodle sandwich before. The
Wait,
cup
do
of
we-
noodles, like the
I feel
pack
like
of noodles
last week
sandwich.
we talked about Thanksgiving sides, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, that was a couple weeks ago because that was when you told the story of how you had Stover's lasagna for
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
that's how you get your nickname. Do we talk about main courses? So like y'all are ham people, turkey, chicken. I mean,
Honestly, I like both, but I'm more of a ham person. If I'm being completely honest.
I was about to say,
Same.
so like, let me guess, honey glaze.
Just
So-
whatever the fuck. I mean, honestly, I have a smoker. So what I do is I just go get the turkey from the grocery store and I just make smoked turkey.
Smoked
Okay.
turkey or deep fried turkey is where it's at. Like I won't
Deep
even fuck
fried.
with just the regular ass oven turkey anymore. Like if you're
Man,
cooking
so-
that shit in the oven, fuck it, give me ham.
And did you
I'm
ever
in the,
have it with the Cajun
I'm in the
injection
South.
in it?
So I was about to say I'm in the South, so you can go to Bojangles, get them Cajun injections in there, bruh. Change your life. Change your life.
I will say this though.
I actually like turkey and I like ham, so give me all of it.
On Christmas, because a lot of motherfuckers want to double up like with the turkey or ham. My
I'll
family,
double up on you.
we usually do Italian. So like sometimes I get some good ass fucking lasagna on Thanksgiving.
That's what we do lasagna on Christmas. That's what we do.
Oh wait, yeah, I said Thanksgiving. Christmas is what I meant.
Yeah, we do too.
One of those winters I was in Florida was actually over Christmas, and we had lasagna, and it was bomb. Y'all ever had
Can't go wrong with lasagna.
Brussels
ever,
sprouts
honestly.
fucking cooked in the bacon grease? Like you cook bacon,
Yes.
set the bacon aside, leave the bacon Brussels sprouts in the. Bro,
It's not bad.
it's fucking
Not bad at all.
fire.
All right, to close. What about pie dessert? What do you guys like for Thanksgiving?
Sweet potato pie. Easy.
Okay.
Banana pudding.
With vanilla wafers or no?
Always vanilla wafers.
It ain't no other way.
If it ain't vanilla wafers, it ain't banana pudding.
Either apple pie, sweet potato pie, or pumpkin pie.
Mm,
I'll take any of them.
that's right.
Whipped cream or no?
How's that?
On the
I don't mind
apple,
whipped cream.
or no, not on the apple. Apple, you get fucking
Well, not on not
vanilla
probably
ice
not on
cream.
apple, but probably on sweet potato.
Ice cream
Pumpkin.
with the apple.
Somebody really likes pie, huh?
I was gonna say
I'm a
apple
pie
pie. I was
person,
gonna
man.
say
I'm not really a
pumpkin
cake
pie.
person.
Pump.
I was gonna say pecan pie. I was gonna say yeah, all of it.
No, pumpkin or
You can have a
cheesecake.
coconut.
You like pecan pie?
Well, if we're going,
I like everything pretty much, Jay, but coconut.
if we're going pie, we might as well go poontang pie.
Tyler, if I ever get invited to Tyler's for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna bring a good and plenty pie. Good and plenty casserole.
Pie.
We usually do.
Did you guys see that
cheesecake
thing
for,
I sent where it was like
Christmas.
a pizza made out of candy corn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
whoever even
Yeah,
took
that
that
was
picture doesn't
disgusting.
deserve to live.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I might have to agree with you there,
I was
Dom.
gonna say-
I might have to agree with you there.
We usually do lasagna and cheesecake for Christmas, though.
That's
a
where it's
good
at.
combination.
Yep, that's my family too. Carol makes a bomb cheesecake. You ever had the cheesecake that's like 2 layers?
Honestly,
homemade
sometimes
cheesecake.
I'll just go to the grocery store
Homemade
and I'll
cheesecake.
buy
is
like
great.
one of those variety
I make my own.
cheesecakes where they have like strawberry cheesecake, regular
Chocolate.
cheesecake, and it's like
Banana-
all in one, all the different kinds. So
That's legit.
Or
But
you
I
could
was
just
gonna
go to
say
Cheesecake
actually
Factory.
same thing. Like homemade pumpkin pie, not worth it.
What?
no, fuck it.
don't
I'll
do-
just go buy pumpkin pie or buy like one of the store ones. where
You
just heat it
can't
up.
make a homemade pumpkin pie that's markedly better than a store bought one. You can't. It's all the same ingredients: pumpkin, nutmeg, whatever the fuck, and the pie crust. That's it. Cheesecake, different story. Oh, but what I was saying about the cheesecake, like 99% of the bottom of all like regular cheesecake is like that whitish yellow whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But my mom makes it like the top layer is like it's like sour cream and I don't know what. It's fucking bomb because like cheesecake to me is kind of like it's super rich. Like eat 2 pieces, you might throw up. And flavored cheesecake, not necessary.
Yeah, I've never really been a fan of flavored cheesecake like strawberry. I know that's like a universal favorite, but just give me
Banana
a
is good. From Cheesecake Factory.
It's not necessary. It's fucking fat America. Like quit trying to make things taste like other things. What's wrong with regular cheesecake?
I'm not
to my knowledge.
It's a variation.
Cheesecake, actually, you know what? Here's another holiday one. Y'all like fruitcake?
Not really.
Oh no, I don't like fruitcake.
I've never really been a fan. Well, I did taste one that had rum in it, and it was alright. But
I was gonna say I have had not necessarily like fruit cake per se, but I've had like some cakes made by monks in the Upper Peninsula, and they're all fucking boozy.
By monks?
Hmm?
Wow. Don gets his fruitcakes from monks. Okay.
Yeah, I've read about the Upper Peninsula, and that's about as close to country in the north you can get.
Oh, it's not even country. It's like some Unabomber shit.
Yeah, but you know what? I was watching the episode of like Forensic Files or some shit. Some dude killed his wife or whatever. But supposedly, the most dangerous time is hunting season. Like you walk your dog and catch a stray bullet.
Oh yeah.
Like
The Upper Peninsula is like woods, one-horse towns, and prisons, and Michigan
It's
Tech.
literally like Red Dead Redemption.
My dad's side of the family is from up there, Ironwood. It's all the way because it's like the mitten, and then the rabbit. Maybe it's this way. But like way over in the left side, like about 15 minutes from Wisconsin, a town called Ironwood. That's where my grandma and grandpa are from. Well, my grandpa's from Italy.
So it's like
You don't know about pasties? That's a UP thing.
We'll close the show, James.
All right, guys. Well, it was a good show tonight. Obviously, we talked a lot about a lot of good things. So for you guys that are watching tonight, we do this on every Tuesday night. So make sure you guys are here when we have the next episode next week. With that, cool. Obviously, you're a guest on the show. We've had you here before, so obviously, thanks for coming on again. Talking about everything with the Eagles and all the other good stuff. So you want to just let these people know where they can find you at?
Absolutely, man. Main place to find me is Friday nights, 7 p.m. EST, playcallersportstalk.com. You can also find me on the Sip Off we've already heard about.
Check that out.
Yeah, you always see me on the Sip Talk and also the NBA Carousel.
Mm-hmm.
And you can follow me on. Yeah, I did mess that up. I got these stupid braces tightened today, so some stuff don't come out right. But
I didn't know you crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I do a good job of trying to talk a certain way so it don't mess everything up.
Yeah.
But sometimes it get me. And you can also find me on Instagram, cool_McCain, Facebook, and Twitter, Cool McCain.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you guys can catch me here on Tuesday nights. I want to say thanks to Greg, Jordan, Bacon, everyone who chimed in the comments. That was awesome. Show up next week. That'd be what's up. You guys can catch me here on Tuesday nights. You guys can catch me on the Sip Off hosted by Megan Price on Thursday nights, as well as the NFL Carousel on Thursday nights and the NBA Carousel on Monday nights.
Certainly, yeah.
All right. Well, you can find me on the NBA Carousel on Monday nights. I'm the Houston Rockets rep. That's hosted by Megan Price and produced by JB Ellis. This past week, shout out to Jennifer Matthews Lewis for producing the show. She did an awesome job.
Yeah. Good job, Jen.
Absolutely.
Also, you can find me here on the Gauntlet with myself, hosted by Philly Jim and T.I. and Detroit Dom. That is going to be Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Also, I'm on the Sip Off as well. That's hosted by Megan Price, Anthony Lawrence Mason Brown, and Jahonda Civic Phillip, a.k.a. Assalamu Alaikum, a.k.a.
Salaikum salam.
Bow ties and bean pies.
And
The number one went sexual. Okay, Jahan Phillips.
And that's
So true.
It's every Thursdays at 7:15 Central Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, 8:15. Also, you can catch me on Roku at Visual Dramatics Production. I do live commentaries. I also have been tasked with covering the Houston Heat. That is the women's football team here in Houston. Trials ended about 2 weeks ago, and the season will start up in April. Also, one of my cohorts on there, she is an all-pro defensive tackle for the Houston Heat. Her name is Lacey O'Neal. Check her out. Megan is going to be having an interview with her on 806 Sports, so please check that out. Shout out to David, shout out Marshall Hill. Also, look out for Cage Ragers, hosted by my boy T.I., the real T.I., all combat sports all the time, man. One.
Appreciate that. I forgot it.
Forgot about your own show.
Go ahead, Dom. Tell us about We Are Lions.
Oh, you want me to go backwards? Fridays at 7 on StreamYard and YouTube. We Are Lions Nation podcast. I would say tune in, but don't. Thankfully, it's less Lions and more Pick'em. We come on, we talk about we recap the game from the week before. Then we do 3 questions, just random shit about upcoming shit, and then it's a Pick'em. That's Friday. Thursday is the Alex Fleming NFL Carousel at 7 p.m.
Yep.
I believe.
Yep.
Also, in the 8 o'clock hour is the Sip Off, hosted by Megan Price. Tuesdays is us, the 4 of us, and all of our lovely guests, the Gauntlet, right here, YouTube, StreamYard. Monday is the NBA Carousel, hosted by Megan Price, and that's it.
Cool. And that is it, gentlemen. You guys can obviously catch me on here as well. So that's pretty much it, and we will see you guys next week, all right?
Richard Nixon.
Dun, 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 dun.
Did we really only go